How's it going, everybody? It is I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus Joey over here in the RU tier. So you're looking at my team and you're like, why the heck do you have 4 water types? And I'm just like, well, I mean, water is the type of Pokemon that you can stack on a team and it can work. Until you run into a Mega Ampharos looking at Joey, and I don't have a switch into like Thunderbolt and Focus Blast, so that will be fun. And then he has a Rotom Heat, but that's abandoned RE tier. But we battled before that happened because the recent tier shifts that happened this past few days. Bisharp, Mega Latios dropped down to UU, Rotom Heat rose up to the UU tiers, no more RU, and then some few drops as well, like Quagsire. Also Zeraora dropped to OU to UU, which is cool. But yeah, anyways, I let off Registeel. This is an anti-stall team. It's really cool. You should check it out if you want to use it in Pokemon Showdown. You didn't really run into stall, though, in the Wi-Fi battles. But yeah, he brought in Donphan. I just wanted to switch on my Blastoise as I take a knockoff Earthquake, and then I just pull a switch right back into Registeel as I expect him to not want to stay in with his Donphan as he brings in Raquinette as yeah, I can fire off a nice Toxic, and he gets his Sticky Webs up, which isn't the biggest of deal because I can Trap Spin those away with my Blastoise. So getting that Toxic off on the Raquinette is really nice to put it on a timer. And now I decided to get my Stealth Rocks up as I hope that he doesn't go for like a Magic Coat and just bounce back to Stealth Rocks. But at the same time, I don't really care since I can just Wrap Spin it. So he brought an X-Blad, goes for the Flamethrower as I try to Toxic it. Unfortunately, I miss, but now I know for a fact he has Choice Specs, and I can switch safely into my Barbaracle, as Barbaracle 4 times resistant. And I do have Lum Berry on this, just an off chance he 10% chances to burn me with that Flamethrower. Lowers my speed with that Sticky Webs, which is kind of unfortunate. That is a little risky too, as well. I'm like just going for it. I'm just like, I don't even want to Wrap Spin. I'm just gonna go for the Shell Smash. I don't even care at this point because I don't even know why. I just wanted to break through something as he brought in Swellow, and Swellow does outspeed me since I am Adamant Barbaracle and -1 Sticky Webs. I'm only +1 speed, but he actually just goes for a quick attack, and is also he's Guts, which you don't see too much, but it makes sense since he does have X-Cloud, which is probably gonna be Specs with Scrappy. And that's usually what Swellow is. But yeah, I didn't expect him to just go for a quick attack. Turns out he was Adamant Swellow, he told me after the game. And then he brought him Rotom. I'm like, alright, if this is Choice Scarf, it's Choice Scarf. It full switches and kills me. But nope, I outspeed it and Liquidate. And yeah, I didn't expect that. He should have just brought Mega Ampharos, since Mega Ampharos is the best thing to bring in on a Barbaracle. Even though Barbaracle does learn Earthquake, I do believe. And it could smash a Mega Ampharos, but I don't have it. I have Grass Knot for Quagsire. As I just Rock Slide, maybe hope for a flinch, but nope, I get a crit, and down goes the shiny Mega Ampharos. So, yeah, Barbaracle just smashes through poor Joey's team. I didn't expect it, though. I just wanted to break through something. Like, I just wanted to Shell Smash up and just, like, liquidate something, really, and just, like, maybe sack Barbaracle. Because at this point, like, I was looking at the matchup, I was like, Mega Ampharos just kind of just wins this game. Like, maybe I can dodge some Focus Blast with Snorlax and win the game. That's what I was hoping for, but nope, Barbaracle just kind of just one-shots everything, and a little bit of crit help with the Mega Ampharos. I mean, I just needed damage up on the Mega Ampharos since hopefully it wasn't rest, and then I could easily hopefully win the game because I'll just Wrap Spin the Sticky Webs away, and Bruxish, looking at it, would have went in since I was Choice Scarf Adamant Bruxish. So that's all I really needed, just damage up on the Mega Ampharos. That's what I was hoping for. Put in range of anything from my Pokemon. So yeah, GG to Joey. Maybe he should run max speed Swellow next time, but even though that can't knock me out, it would have been a lot better if he was special attacking Swellow and max speed, because then I would have bopped my Barbaracle, since Barbaracle has really bad special defense and really good defense, since I don't know, it's just a bulky Pokemon. A lot of, I guess, Shell Smashers have really good defense, like, I think Gorbis has really good defense, and Cloyster. And really not the best special defense, if I remember. I don't know. But, yeah. Next up, we have versus Trey over here. He has a Mega Ampharos. Man, what is with these Mega Amphoroses? Jesus. Alright, then, you just want to counter team me. Alright, I see you guys. I see you. Just kidding. But, yeah, these matchups are not looking too good for me, but I'll still try and pull through. So I lead off Registeel. Usually a good lead versus everything. He leads off with the Goat Amp Harrows, and he's just going to Mega Evolve, probably just going to fire off a Focus Blast, as Registeel can't take it since I am specially defensive. You know, usually Registeels are max special defense, but he misses the Focus Blast. So that kind of sucks. He could have 2-hit killed me right there. As I get my rocks up now, I can pretty freely just go for a Toxic or even Seismic Toss. But he decides to Volt Switch right there, so I guess he doesn't want to miss another Focus Blast and doesn't want to, you know, take Toxic or Seismic Toss. I decided to go for Seismic Toss because I could see him going into Nidoqueen, as Nidoqueen is immune to poison, as he does go into that, and I'd rather get some chip up on the Nidoqueen, maybe put it in range of a Scald from Blastoise. So I go into Blastoise over here. It's really, really bulky. Usually you see Mega Blastoise, that thing is like busted in RU. You really just have to run like a Melodic to stop it most of the time. But this time I'm running a Leftovers Blastoise, and it's really, really bulky. It has Refresh as well, so if you get status, you can get rid of the status on Blastoise. So he brought in Beware as a Rapid Spin, his Stealth Rocks away, so he just fires off the Z move. And I remember him telling me he had like real no switch into Blastoise. That's why he said he wanted to stay in and just go for the Z move. Now, Blastoise, being the bulky monster it is, lives that Breakneck Blitz on a sliver, and I get that nice Scald. I think it's Torrent boosted as well. Pretty sure I'm running Torrent on this, and it burns the Beware. So that is some massive damage on Beware. It pretty much cripples it for the rest of the game, unless he has some kind of Cleric in the back, like maybe Heal Bell or Therapy, but I don't think he does. And then I just go for Ice Beam just an off chance he switches. He went for Shadow Claw, I guess expecting me to maybe switch into like Slowbro or something like that, or even Bruxish, but I guess a normal move would have done the trick, to be honest. So now he just goes for the Superpower and knocks Blastoise out. And Beware pretty much can't really switch out unless he defogs or gets rid of the rocks. But I just go to Bruxish, as Bruxish is going to easily just Revenge Kill it as Choice Scarf. And he doesn't really have a too good switch. I mean, he can bring in the Mana Buzz, which is Vultures. But maybe I get a defense drop with the Liquidation, which could be good. So I'm going to switch out into Registeel. I don't want to take a knockoff or a foul play, stuff like that. As Registeel can take both. Knockoff, I don't really appreciate it since it gets rid of my Leftovers and then no more recovery for Registeel, and that could be bad because then he can just whittle down my Registeel to the point where it's gone, and then his Gardevoir will go in on my team. But luckily he just turns out to be Foul Play U-turn. If I was running his team, I'd probably want to run like knockoff on his Mana Buzz, get rid of Leftovers, and just whittle down Registeels. Though most of the time you don't want people to get Registeel knocked off, but I didn't really have a switch into Mana Buzz with the team, so since I do want to keep Snorlax's item as well. But now that I know he's not knockoff, maybe I could switch in Snorlax next time. So he brought in Nidoqueen. I just want to go for Snorlax play, as Snorlax can easily take on Nidoqueen, but he has taunts, and I'm like, oh crap, I can't curse up. So he has rocks up. I do want to get rid of them, but Blastoise is gone, so I can't get rid of them. So I just go for a Frustration with Snorlax and just get some chip damage up. Also, I forgot to make the Snorlax 0 happiness. I have a trend like that. It's like running 70 happiness, so it's not the maximum power Frustration, so it's okay though. With some curses up, I can win the game. So he brought in Mana Buzz, I brought in Registeel, as I really want to get Toxic off on this Mana Buzz. Hopefully he won't go into the Nidoqueen, as that can just be immune to it, but maybe he's scared of Seismic Toss. So he does go for default right there, I guess trying to get rid of rocks on his side of the field, but he also got rid of the rocks on my side of the field. So I went for Toxic, just taking that opportunity. I was like, let me just get this. And he does allow me to Toxic it. As like I said, he went for the defog, so really nice for me. And now I just get my Stealth Rocks up as he switches out. He hard switches out as well, which is interesting. He didn't want a U-turn. Maybe he was expecting a Protect from Registeel, but I have Block on this. As Block, like I said, this is the anti-stall team. We have Block on the Waterium Z Slowbro as well, Calm Mind, and pretty much you want to just like block some stally Pokemon, just set up on them or Toxic stall them, stuff like that. That's why Block is really good. So now I go to Snorlax over here, as Snorlax should be able to eat anything. Also, I have Leftovers. I thought I had a berry, but I forgot. This is Leftovers Rest Snorlax with Curse Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb for Quags, I remember. And that's why we have Grass on Barbaracle as well, like I said. But if you run into Pyukumuku, that could be a problem, since Pyukumuku is not 4 times weak to Grass. And I always think Pyukumuku is just a better unaware Mon sometimes, because it just like blocks you and spites you, and PB stalls you. I hate Pyukumuku, and stokes you and toxic you. Quags are at least 4 times weak to something. So he actually switched into the Lycanroc Dusk when he was in with Mana Buzz, and yeah, I guess he's struggling with the Snorlax since his Mana Buzz was toxic, and I know it's not knockoff. I'm pretty much safe to go for anything, and he just goes in Lycanroc Dusk, I guess, to Stone Edge me, and it's Life Orb. I was kind of scared of Z-move, but since I do have this Seed Bomb, and I can knock him out, so that is very nice for me. So down goes Lycanroc Dusk. It was not going to live Seed Bomb at all anyways. from I think +1 or +2 Snorlax. So in comes the Mega Ampharos. It can fire off some Focus Blast and potentially knock me out, but he misses the first one, which is very unfortunate as I get nice chip with that frustration, probably putting it in range from maybe an Ice Fang or a Psychic Fangs from my Bruxish. So now he goes for the second Focus Blast, and judging from that damage, that probably would have knocked me out, maybe, because Leftovers looks to be about that range of HP I was at. Maybe I would have lived on the Sliver. I don't know. It might have been roll, but yeah, Focus Blast is just, it's a very scary move to go for because you miss and sometimes your Pokemon get chipped and then you can lose the game. So he just goes for Thunderbolt, safe play. As now I just go into my Barbaracle and just revenge kill the Mega Ampharos. All I really needed was just some chip on Mega Ampharos like usual to just revenge kill it with my faster mons. Now he brings in the Gardevoir. I still have my Registeel, which hopefully he won't go for a Focus Blast. So I want to go for a mid-ground play and go into my Slowbro. Slowbro can pretty much take everything. Moonblast, Focus Blast. I can see what he wants to go for and play accordingly to that. So he does fire out the Moonblast right there, as I can be 2-hit killed by that. So now I'm going to go into my Registeel, as I could take the Moonblast. But he makes a very nice play, switching out into his Nidoqueen, probably expecting me to go into my Registeel, as he can just put some fear into that and Earth Power, and pretty much pick up a kill, because I don't have a switch into Nidoqueen anymore since Snorlax is gone. So I decided to sack my Slowbro, as Slowbro looked to be the most expendable member on my team. I really need Registeel for that Gardevoir, so I can't spam Moonblast against my team, because then it's all over. If it's Choice Scarf Moonblast, it just clicks that and knocks out everything. So I need to stop that. So now I go into my Bruxish, as Bruxish can easily revenge kill the Nidoqueen, and Mana Buzz after rocks with Toxic, it was weakened to the point where a Liquidation can two-shot it. So beautiful. He didn't roost it up earlier against my Snorlax, and that really cost him, because now Bruxish is about to go in with Choice Scarf Adamant, because he does not have a switch into Liquidation. He thinks he has a switch maybe with Gardevoir. Since a Gardevoir, I think does love the Liquidation on a Sliver. Actually, he outspeeds me, since I guess Adamant Bruxish is slower than Choice Scarf Max Speed Gardevoir. And he goes for the trick, expecting me to switch out into Registeel, so he does live it like I remembered on a Sliver, and then he goes for the Shadow Ball, and that does a ton, but Bruxish lives on a Sliver. So if you went for the Shadow Ball initially, he could have maybe pulled through, maybe. I mean, he would have died to rocks, and he couldn't really switch out, so I don't know. But Nidoqueen is really threatening versus my team, but I still have my Barbaracle, so maybe Barbaracle could have been faster. Maybe even Registeel could have pulled through. I probably would have wanted to keep Bruxish as well for the Nidoqueen and maybe sack something else, because he locked himself in the Shadow Ball. I could have easily just switched into Registeel. So I think I would have had that game either way, no matter what, unless he crit and Sped F dropped me on Registeel. So yeah, nice play with that trick, but Bruxish, I was kind of hoping that I could just like one-shot him and like live anything with Moonblast and stuff like that. I was hoping for. So very nice, very nice. As next up we have versus Legion, and Legion, looking at his team, we got Mega Glalie and a bunch of Spadefmons, Gudra, Snorlax, and Araquanid, and then Registeel. So a lot of special defense, but luckily I have some physical attackers. And Slowbro, looking at his team, doesn't really do much, so that might be my most expendable member. And then he has Kingdra, which could be annoying as well, since Kingdra on a non-rain team is usually Critdra, and they just focus energy up, Scope Lens, and Sniper, and yeah, it's scary. So they just crit everything with Draco Meteor. So I just lead off with my Registeel, usually best lead, as I get my rocks up first turns of the game, and he leads off with a Araquanid, gets his webs up, but webs aren't the biggest deal like usual. I just wrap spin away. I just go for a Toxic and put that Araquanid on a timer, as that's really nice for me. And he just goes for Liquidation, weakens my Registeel. Hopefully no defense drop, as he does not get that, which is nice. And I am running a little bit of defense, I think, on Registeel as well. So now I go into Blastoise over here, as I do want to wrap spin, as maybe he wants to liquidate me again. I just want to see if he wanted to switch out against my Registeel, but he doesn't. He's very adamant on staying in. So if he does have Toxic, I can refresh it, stuff like that. He is whittling down his Araquanid as well, so I'm taking that. And I just go for the Wrap Spin, I do believe, as he goes into Gudra. Gudra's a nice play if he expects me to be Mega Blastoise, but he saw that I was Leftovers, so he should know I'm not. But usually Gudra can take a hit from Mega Blastoise, and usually Gudra are like Choice Specs, Assault Vest, or Banded, so they can hit some heavy hits against my team. But I just go into my Snorlax, as he just goes for the Thunderbolt, and Snorlax can pretty much even take a Focus Blast from the Gudra. And yeah, looking at his team, Snorlax looks amazing. I just want to start cursing up against him, so that's exactly what I do. As he brings in Registeel. Usually these Registeels are kind of a weird set. Like he always brings like, I think he, or maybe it's someone else, but I think he always brings like Thunderwave Ironhead and like Rock Slide. He like really likes to flinch and like flinch, paraflinch, stuff like that with his Registeel. But since he saw me started cursing up with my Snorlax, he brings in his Snorlax, and he's probably having the same idea. He's like, all right, let me just curse up versus him. And whenever this happens, whenever you find yourself with a Snorlax or Snorlax, or kind of like in a Calm Mind War, basically, usually the best ways to deal with it is to try and crit them. And if you allow them to get a bunch of boosts, that's pretty much your only play left. And looking at it, I was like, alright, I'm already cursed up, and like I might as well just go all in, get +6 in attack and defense, even though he is faster, which is kind of scary. And if he wants to start attacking me and try and crit me, that could be bad, because really all he crits ignore defense boosts, so he really just needs like maybe +2, 3, or 4 to one-shot me with a crit. And then the rest of my team doesn't appreciate that at all, as my team doesn't deal with a cursed Snorlax pretty well at all. So either I win with the crit or he wins with the crit. So it all comes down to a crit, pretty much. And at least my curses are higher than his, so I get to attack him first, unless, like I said, he decides to attack me before he gets to +6. But I'm getting a +6 for sure, because I want to get that plus attack and plus defense to do as much damage to his Registeel, since my frustrations are going to do absolutely nothing to Registeel. So I'm at +6 now. I go for the frustration, no crit. Pretty much, his is probably going to be the berry version. I'm the rest version. That is like, it's scary for me, since I can't attack for 2 turns while I'm sleeping, but he can always attack me, and he can just recycle up and get his berries. I don't know if mine is better or his is better for the scenario, since I mean I can just like regain everything with rest, but he has to like recycle up, and you know, he can't recover all his HP, but every time he's at 50% he can just do that. And he's kind of forced to always recycle too. I'm pretty much forced to just like rest and waste 2 turns. He actually goes for a crunch right there, I guess, hoping to defense drop me. So that's a smart play as well, just like trying defense drops, so that I'm forced to maybe go for some more curses and get my defense up. But I'm just going to keep spamming frustration, as if I get the crit, I can pretty much just like knock out Snorlax in the game. So he gets another defense drop right there. I go for a frustration, and I get the critical hit, as what we were trying to go for pretty much. I guess he was trying to go for defense drops and just lower my defense, but I just curse up again. He should have probably, I think a +6 crunch would knock out Snorlax with a crit. Probably, yeah. I mean, it's +6. I think it was at +6, at least, but now he brings in a Rackwood, puts a Toxic off on me, but that does not matter since I am Rest version. And that's why Rest is really good, since you can just get rid of status and regenerate your health. As with the Pinch Berry Recycle Snorlax, with Gluttony, you usually can't do that unless they do want to run Rest. I've seen some variants with that, like they have Rest and the Recycle, which is a little bit gimmickier, but this one is a little bit better, I would say, with Leftovers, since you do have that Leftovers. So he brings in Glalie. I just go for it, the frustration, knock that guy out, down goes Snowball, and it's looking like a wrap versus his team, since nothing really can knock me out. He doesn't have a Mega Ampharos of Focus Blast, so that's good, and really no other special attacking fighting type on his team. So he decides to go into Registeel, as he just maybe wants to flinch me down with Iron Head. I mean, he can potentially pull back with some critical hits. Like, he still can critical hit me, but with Registeel Iron Heads, not really. Like, I mean, never really give up in a Pokemon battle, because you never know. Like, you can just turn around and you just critical hit everything. Like, it can happen. Even though the odds are stacked against you, it could happen. So I commend him for trying to do that. And plus, he might not even know I have Rest, since he is whittling me down a lot, and I think he even gets a flinch like the last turn, and that's why I was really scared. I tried to rest right there, but now I get the rest off on a sliver, because like one more turn I would have died right there. But I get the rest off, and now I just gotta wait 2 turns to wake up, and then just go in. As frustration does absolutely nothing to Registeel at +6, but I mean, it makes sense, it's a Registeel. So then comes Poseidon, and I'm like, uh-oh, this thing is gonna start critting me. So he goes for the Focused Energy. You already know what's about to happen. He's about to drop a Draco. As I have one more turn. I think I wake up over here, actually, so I don't have to take 2 Draco Meteors. So he drops the Draco Meteor, gets that crit, 2-hit KOs me if he can hit another one, but luckily, rest, you only sleep for 2 turns. Well, 3 turns technically, but the first turn, I mean, who really counts that? Because he can never really wake up. I mean, the other 2 turns he can't wake up because it's rest. But anyways, we knock out Kingdra as in comes Creamskull, and hopefully this thing doesn't have Focus Blast or a physical move. Well, a physical move doesn't matter because I have +4 defense right now, since he lowered my defense 2 times with Crunch, I think. But he just goes for a Dragon Pulse, and maybe Draco Meteor could have knocked me out. But at this point in the game, I could have just went into Barbaracle and Shell Smashed up, since his last mon is Registeel. And he just goes for Iron Heads right there. I just go for Frustration, as I don't really want to rest since I'm not statist. Like, I had to rest with the toxic damage, but now I don't. His Iron Heads are doing nothing. But then he goes for the Thunder Wave. I'm like, oh, come on, man. You gotta paralyze, flinch me down. I mean, I guess it's his best play, but I felt like that it would just like delay the game since Barbaracle. I mean, I think I had it in the bag. I have 6 versus 1, but at the same time, hey, I'd probably do the same thing, to be honest. Like, I'd still never give up. So I commend him for that as well. But I just try to break through these flinch hacks, para hacks, but I'm just not lucky enough. And I think he also actually beats down my Snorlax with this Registeel. I am recovering 1 HP though every single time, but then he crits me. I'm like, well, there goes my Snorlax sweep. But hey, it's okay, because I mean, I wasn't gonna upload it as like a Snorlax sweep. I was gonna upload it as an RU battle, since Barbaracle got a sweep too. So I now just bring in Barbaracle. I Shell Smash up. If he wants to Thunder Wave me, I got that Lum Berry, so I can just munch on that. And I could live anything Registeel wants to go for, unless he has Hidden Power Grass. Then maybe I die, but nobody runs that. So I'm watching that Lum Berry as he does throw off the Thunder Wave, and now I can 2-shot him with a nice Liquidation. And unfortunately, I can't 1-shot him. Tough Claws, Adamant, Liquidation at +2 doesn't 1-shot Registeel, since Registeel is so dang bulky. But he goes for a Thunder Wave again, I guess hoping to paralyze me. I should still be faster since I'm +2 speed, and Registeel is really slow. So, and I think that like balances out Paralyze and +2 speed, because Paralyze is the same thing, it halves your speed. So yeah, down goes Registeel, and that's going to be a GG versus Legion. So pretty cool team made by Count. I like it a lot. It's kind of weird though with 4 water types, and then 2 fighting weaknesses, Registeel and Snorlax. But hey, it worked out. Like, I actually beat 2 Mega Amphiroses, but well, a little bit of help with missing Focus Blast. So that goes to show you, don't rely on Focus Blast. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the Wi-Fi battles. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. And I guess comment question of the day is, what is your favorite Shell Smasher? Leave it down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.